Hello, my name is Rob. I grew up deaf. I'd like to tell you a funny story that happened to me. In high school, all the students were required to take a PE class, or a physical education, which I did not like. But I bared through it and I took the different classes that were required. So one thing, there was many different sports required in the physical education class, such as baseball, soccer, football, volleyball, which I had to learn how to do. But I was not the best sports player, I must admit. I was involved with one sport. I was on a basketball team, which one of the rules was that you could not carry the ball and walk. You had to dribble. So you'd go up and down the court and you'd throw the ball to one another. And I remember one time I caught it and I was dribbling and I made a score. I saw the points go up on the scoreboard and I was so excited, and then the team told me, no, you didn't score, that was the other net. Oh, I was so embarrassed. So, again, it came to football season. And we were going back and forth down the field, and I remember one boy was running, and he was carrying the ball. And he told me, and I was told, make sure to tackle him. So I decided just to stand there. And I put my leg out so that he would trip. And oh my gosh, I got him, he fell. And the ref threw a flag. And my coach was so upset that that's how I decided to stop him. And they were screaming at me. And he had scraped up his face from the grass from falling that way. He actually had to go to the hospital. Another time, we were playing volleyball. And the ball was going back and forth on the court, and I remember catching it. And I remember it was on our side of the court, and I caught the ball. And it wasn't on our side, it was a point on the other team. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with my ability with sports. And another time I was playing baseball, and I kept trying to hit the ball and I kept missing again and again. For some reason I just couldn't get it. And then I finally realized I was not sports agile. Another event in high school, I was at a hearing school without an interpreter, but there was a note taker that I had. One class was required, and it was business and law. I had to pass with a B before I could graduate. But business and law, I am not very knowledgeable about. And in that type of classroom setting, it's very strict. You'd have to stand up at a wooden podium, and you'd have to read from the book. And it'd be complete silence, and they'd just be lecturing upon lectures. Or they'd be standing at the blackboard for like 50 minutes, and you're staring forever. But anyway, one day, I became extremely bored watching the students. So I started to watch the students, and I saw them playing a type of game. So I turned up my hearing aid, and all I heard was this eeky noise. Oh, it was a noise that they did on their phone. It was called the mosquito. So everybody was laughing, and I remember turning up my hearing aid and hearing this noise. And the teacher didn't know what was going on, but he could obviously see that we were having fun in the back. So he instructed us to finish what we were doing. And the next time, I had my hearing aid on and it was making this big screeching noise. And he yelled at me and he said, "Oh, you have to go to the principal's office," because I was causing such havoc in the classroom. So there's a kid in back of me who told on me, which I was aware of after that. One day I saw an advertisement hanging up on the board and announced a meeting for the cross-country team. Well, I was kind of interested in this. I thought, oh, cross-country, that sounds fun. It said where to meet and what time. So I went into the classroom, and they were all boys. And I was kind of wondering, okay, well, where are the girls? And the teacher explained the different schedules. And I was looking at that a little concerned, and I said to another student, well, where is it going to be? Which high school? And he was saying that, it's in Europe. Oh, no. Cross country doesn't mean Europe. It means track. Oh, I was under the impression that this was a different country that you would be going to visit. Oh, I was so embarrassed. So that's how I found out that the word cross country didn't mean world traveling. You're not learning different cultures and languages. No, it's a sports team. So it's running. But that's me. Thank you for watching my story.